So I've been watching this conversation in the book author world with interest because basically they are saying that, it's very hard to make enough money with a book to make it worth writing another book. And even if you get the big traditional book deal, oftentimes the sales aren't there, right? So I have thoughts because I am someone who has cracked the code. I'm very, very, very good at selling books. And I have paid for the complete publishing of my second book by selling my first book. And the answer is you have to get online and influence your own book. Now, nobody wants to hear that, but I'm going to explain why I think it's a good thing. Okay, nobody wants to hear that because artists want to make great art, right? Scholars want to write critical books and well-researched books, and they don't want to get out there and have to sell it. But here's why I think it's a good thing. The reason you have to get out there and influence your own book is because the gatekeepers aren't holding the gates anymore. Used to be, if you were going to get one of these big traditional book deals and the big five were going to promote you, you were going to get some sales. You were going to get some attention most of the time, right? There's only so many channels, and everybody was watching them, right? Ever since the days of apps and smartphones, everything changed, right? And all of these industries are still reeling, trying to figure it out. But why is this a good thing? Because you can just get on the internet and influence your own book and sell your own book to your market. And you probably know exactly who your market is because you wrote a book for them. And I don't mean just reaching out to other influencers. Yes, you should do that. Yes, you should go on podcasts. Yes, there is all this other stuff that you can do partnering. But nobody is going to be as motivated to sell your books as you are, right? And I always tell people, if you've written a good book, then you're an expert in all kinds of topics and themes that are in that book. And those are also your market, right? So my formula is I get on the internet every single day and I give away my expertise for free. And then I say, oh, hey, I'm Danielle, a scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership. I wrote a book called Uncultured about growing up in the Children of God religious cult and going into the cult of the U.S. Army. Almost every topic that I talk about, I can bleed back to my expertise that if you buy one of these products, which I created to help you understand these topics, it's going to help you understand these topics. And we don't have to convince the gatekeepers that our voices and our stories are worth it anymore. And you don't have to sell 100,000 books if you're not giving away 85% of your royalties. You can do an indie thing and be a content creator and sell 10,000 books and make a great business for yourself with that. So I think we're in a really cool space where experts and artists can just get on the internet and do their thing. And if you have something to teach, teach it to the internet. You don't know what that's going to turn into. But books are amazing products, I find, and I think they dovetail very, very well with social media because nobody's mad at you when you tell them about a good book. And, of course, you can tag your products directly to the videos, and that has changed the game. So there you go. I sell sometimes hundreds of books a day on social media, but as soon as I stop, the sales stop. And I just think we are entering a new phase of if you're going to write a book, you're going to be the one that has to influence the sales of that book.